Hi, welcome to Lamson Test Kitchen. My name is Jason Tufts. I'm the general manager of the Village Cafe in Aiken, South Carolina. Today we're going to be preparing coq au vin, which is a classic French provincial dish, probably originating in the 1800s, utilizing old roosters that had outgrown their usefulness. The bird tended to become very tough and chewy, so farmers figured out if they braised it down with one of the most plentiful things they had around, wine, made it more tender. For this today, we've got a split whole chicken, a 3.5 pound fryer. I've got some beautiful root vegetables. Classically, a lot of recipes just call for your basic mirepoix, onions, celery, and carrot, but I like to take a little extra twist. So we've got some parsnips. I also brought in a beautiful bulb of fennel. Over here we have rendered lardons, a pork fat that has been cooked down until it's crispy. Got some tomato paste, some garlic, and cornstarch, some beautiful bay leaves from some friends of mine at Charleston, the Lee brothers. With no further ado, we're gonna get started. We're gonna start with peeling our vegetables. We got carrots. Next, we will peel our parsnips. I enjoy using parsnips because it has like a very sweet, very different flavor. It almost finishes like a coconut or a very sweet carrot. So the knife I'll be using today is the Lamson 8-inch chef's knife. It's from the vintage line. Nice wooden handle. You've got these little grooves right here that really allow you to grip it. One thing that I really love about this knife though is the fact that the top of your tang is rounded, and that keeps you from getting a really bad callus on your hand from repeated use. So whenever you're cutting something round, you always want to attack it in a manner that's going to keep you from injuring yourself. So cut it in half, and then you would cut a small plank off the side, which then allows you a flat surface to hold your product down as you continue your slicing. All right, now we're gonna move on to our parsnips. Same exact way, we're gonna cut our tops off. And since these are an odd shape, I'm not gonna bother trying to dice these. Like I said, rustic is beautiful, and that's kind of what they did in those days too. I like to keep everything as authentic as possible. So we'll just cut these into coins, also known as rondelles. And again, we're going to go back to our regular dice. So next we have some beautiful fennel. We're going to start by picking the fronds off. So now we're going to separate the stalks from the bulb. The stalk has just as much of the anise or licorice flavor as the bulb does, probably more, honestly, in my opinion. And you see a lot of times people will dice the root but throw this away. This is, to me, the best part. Next up, we have just good old sweet yellow onions. The sweetness of the onion really comes through in the dish. It kind of helps bring some of the more savory ingredients together to highlight the sweetness that's inherent in the parsnip and the fennel, but also complement the garlic and the other flavors as well. So there's an age-old debate on the best way to cut an onion. You'll see a lot of people will take them, they'll cut them in half, they'll peel them, and then they'll do the tic-tac-toe board on there. It's not necessary. That's a completely unsafe and unnecessary step. Onions are already in layers, so you don't need to add more layers to it. So I like to start by hollowing out the root end. Just insert the tip of your knife and just kind of rock your onion around. Remove that. That's going to allow everything to fall apart in layers. Then you take off the blossom end. Just small amounts. You really don't want to waste a lot of onion that way. Straight in half. And now the fun part, peeling them. All you have to do is just basically follow the shape of your vegetable all the way down. And now, straight down into chunks. All right, next up, we're gonna salt the chicken. We don't want to salt and pepper too early because you're gonna draw the natural moisture out of the skin and will make it stick to the bottom of your pot. And the skin is a very important part of this dish. These chickens, after I processed them, I actually patted them down and let them sit with paper towels for a good few minutes and have allowed them to air dry for about 15-20 minutes before start. So we're gonna go ahead and start searing off our chicken. So we're gonna take our fresh chicken, and our fresh butter, and we're gonna move over to the stove. So my butter has now melted. My milk solids are starting to brown. I'm getting that beautiful nutty aroma off of it, so now it's time to introduce the chicken. Skin side down, moderate heat, brown this dish, not burn it. I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper to the back side of the chicken. Now we're gonna go ahead and check the color on our skin. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful golden brown. All right, we're gonna sear this back side and then we're gonna transfer to our roasting dish. We wanna be very, very careful taking this out. We don't wanna rip that beautiful skin. All right, we'll set that aside to rest. Okay, we're gonna add our onions. We're gonna add our parsnips. We're also doing golden beets in this dish just for sweetness and a little bit of earthiness. And now our celery, fennel, and carrots. A few cloves of garlic. A pinch of our bay leaves. And we're just gonna kind of slowly cook these down until they just start to soften and their natural juices come out. I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple of sprigs of fresh rosemary as well. And we're gonna add mushrooms. Put that one in your blooper reel, Abby. We're gonna go ahead and place the lid on there just to allow our vegetables to steam a little bit. And now we're gonna add our tomato paste. This is gonna give it beautiful color, depth of flavor. Now we're gonna add our lardons, or rendered bacon in this case. So now we're gonna go ahead and add our chicken back to the pot. We're now gonna add 1 quart of chicken stock. To that, we're going to add a quart of red wine. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees because we're gonna be using convection bake. So now that our chicken is braised for 1.5 hours at 350, we're going to strain off our sauce, pour it into our saucepan. All right, so now we're gonna reduce our heat just a little bit. So now we'll add a little bit of our cornstarch. So now that we've got a little thickness in our sauce going, we're gonna add the butter, just a couple of chunks at a time. So now we're gonna take our finished sauce and pour it right over our dish. Here's our finished product. It's beautiful, beautiful peasant dish, but I wouldn't really consider it a peasant dish. Just grab yourself a nice crusty baguette and dig in. I'm Jason Tufts from the Village Cafe in Aiken, South Carolina. Thank you for joining us on Lamson Test Kitchen. If you like what you saw today, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thank you.